What is going on, everyone? It is Neroku here, and today we're going to go over another Extinction base. So this is on the Extinction map. We're using some of the pillars this time to make a base, and here is a little preview of what we're going to be making today. It is incredible. This is a really hard to make base. I made it on official. It literally is so good. So I never got to this stage on official. It's really hard to get here, but once you do get here, literally nobody can raid this base. It is so hard to raid, let me tell you. But let's get right into it. So we're going to start at stage 1. Stage 1 is just getting up to the location. So it's really easy, just tame a Pteranodon or an RG, and you're going to need a lot of weight, so make sure you have a really high weight bird. But once you do get up to the location, you're going to want to start right away by placing down some foundations. So that's the most important part. And once you do make this base, it's going to be so hard to raid because the turrets stop dinos from getting up here. The best part about this location as well is that you can't just like bring up a corrupted Rex or Giga or anything. It's so hard because it's on a pillar. So that's why I chose this location for the Extinction upgrade base. So now let's start out by placing a 9x9 foundation just like that. That's what it's going to look like on top of the pillar. Try to get it as centered as possible. That's what I went for, just to make sure that all sides are equal in distance.
Can we take it slow? I don't wanna fall. Take me to you. We die too soon. But it's over as fast as it started.
So now that you guys have got this part of the base done, we're going to go back. You can do this before making the base or while you're in the middle of it, but I forgot, so I'm going to go back and do it now. Pretty much on the corner, you're going to want to lower a foundation. Follow everything I'm doing here. I lowered it down 2 times, and by doing this, we're going to be able to place a generator on top. So now we're going to go inside, place a generator on top, and then through that, we're going to put a foundation right on top of it. What this does is lowers it by 2 foundations so that when you do go inside, you can place a ceiling on top of the generator and it will not poke out the top. That is the best part about it. But now let's get into some interior design for the base. Obviously it's optional, but this is what I did.
Ride or die, alive when I hide. Coming down on you, I don't like the truth. I don't love you, I don't love you. Fuck me up too. I'm a damn fool. Dance slow with the devil. I don't like a rebel. Can we sit together?
So obviously that interior design is optional. You can choose it and change it, do whatever you want. That's just what I did. So I left a lot of space in there for dinos because we have that dino hatch frame on top. But now anyways, let's move on to stage 2 after you completed the outer shell of the base along with the interior.
Love is in the air. No. I've been away for a year. Feels like I'm there, but I'm here. I just been talking to you. So what the fuck are these tears? I lost the feeling of fear. Hoping that you see what I hear. Hoping that you feel what I'm feeling. Nothing ever seems to make.
So all we really did there was make the base 2 walls higher, but now we're going to place some of these dino hatch frames all the way around. What these are going to do is allow us to place a lot of turrets on top, but once you do it, it should look just like that. It's really good. You have 2 on each side and they all kind of work out in this little pattern. So now we're going to go on to the next step here, which is placing pillars around the base. So on the sides of the base, or the 2 walls closest to the sides, you're going to want to place a pillar along with one right out in the middle of both of them. So we're going to do this for every single side of the base, and what it's going to do is allow us to place down some turrets which have different angles and a little bit of height on them. So you definitely want to have turrets or like around the base itself, just like I am putting right here, but on top of that you want to put down a lot of turret towers. So right now I'm kind of laying out where I'm going to be placing down the turret towers later on, and I'm going to have 1 on each corner. This is really good for defending the base and making sure you have enough turrets. So now I'm going to place down some large crop plots on top because plant species X are like really mandatory for slowing down tames. But now let's move on.
Can we take it slow? I don't wanna fall. Take me to you. We die too soon. like I'm there, but I'm here. I just been talking to you, so what the fuck?
So moving on to stage 3, now we're going to make some turret towers. So once you have the main base completed, you have turrets up, the whole interior is done. Hopefully you have an industrial forge by then. We're going to make some turret towers, 4 to be exact, 1 on each corner. So just follow what I'm doing here. What I'm doing is lowering the foundation by 2, but also as you can see I put a normal foundation at a normal height off to the side. So now let's just lower this by 2, and then after that we're going to place a generator, do the same thing we did at the beginning of the video, so that the little box that I make here for the generator is only 1 foundation and 1 wall high, so that it's not like too big or anything. But that's what we're going to do here. So right here, this is a mistake that you do not want to do. You don't want to lower the foundation and then place the walls on that lowered foundation, because it didn't do anything. Pretty much what you want to do is take that foundation that we kept at a normal height before, bring it back over, and then put it on top of the generator, just like we did at the beginning of the video. So what this is going to do is make sure that you can place the walls on that the foundation that's higher up, therefore the generator will be secure inside. So that's what it's going to look like when you're all done. Hopefully you guys did that right. You can rewind the video if you didn't really understand what I did there, but now we're going to put some large hatch frames, the giant hatch frames for tames, on top of this. So what this is going to allow us to do is have a little bit of reach over the edge, so that if anyone's trying to sneak up on the base, they will get demolished by these turrets. So we just placed one right there in the middle, and then we're going to place 2 pillars up with a ceiling on top of that, which is going to act as the snap point for 2 more of these large hatch frames. So this is going to give us a lot of room to place down turrets on top. You could put a ton. I end up putting about 10 on each, 10 to a dozen.
I lost the feeling of fear, hoping that you see what I hear, hoping that you feel what I'm feeling. Nothing ever seems to make sense. Go all in. It's nothing, it's nothing, it's nothing. I don't want a broken heart, I don't want to think of us. Try to stop, oh. And the greed is killing me, oh. Can we take it slow? I don't want to fall, oh. Take me to you, we die too soon, oh. But it's over as fast as it started.
So now this next part is a little bit optional. This is to keep out people from dropping like carbos and corrupted dillos on top, and just all those tames on top of your base, which could tank out all of those turrets. So what you're going to want to do is make like a web on top of the base. This is very popular. I see a lot of tribes making these, and they work very well. So you could make a ton of layers. You could put up to like 10 layers on top of your base. All it's doing is stopping people from dropping tames into your base, so that the turrets have more time to shoot at them. But obviously it's very expensive, so do it if you have a lot of resources. On top of that, you could put even more turret towers alongside the whole pillar itself, but this is all I did for today, and this isn't even at the turret limit. You could put even more. I believe this is around 75 to 80 turrets. But if you guys did like this design and you are going to use it on official, make sure you leave a like. This works very, very well. If you just think about it logically, the only tames you can really get up here are flyers, or if you have a cryopod. But obviously you can't just throw down a cryopod into a ton of turrets, because it's just going to die instantly. That's why this base is so good for PvP, and you can get your own tames up here with the new cryopods as well. So make sure you guys leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys hopefully in my next video soon. Peace.
Can we take it slow?